Aishwarya, welcome to Headlines today. First of all, tell me, do you see yourself as this international star? You know, we heard you were in Dubai a few weeks back and you were shooting for an ad film, and there was quite a traffic jam on the road where people were just queuing up to catch a glimpse of you. And you're here in Barcelona at the moment promoting a watch brand. Did you ever see your popularity transcending borders?
You're dating me back to a long time, because my association with the brands that I've been working with now dates back to quite some time, because I've been with the same brands for easily, Longines has been 7 years. This is, I think, the 8th year that I'm with them. When it comes to my other brands, if I may mention at this point in time, whether it's Lux, whether it's Coke, whether it's Nakshatra, they've all been almost as long. I've been at least, I think, for 5 years, 6 years, you know, and plus with all my brands. With L'Oreal was the most recent, but with them too now it's, I think, 4 years. So it's been a long time with the brands I've been working with, and all multinational. The regions of different brands may be limited, but as a company, they're multinational companies. So in that sense, it has crossed borders. Your question being references to the response in, say, Dubai or here in Barcelona or various such events where we travel internationally. To me, I take that as a personal victory of our entertainment world, the Hindi film industry, probably what is defined as Bollywood everywhere else. Because it's really, and of course the presence of us, the Indian community, the Asian community, everywhere. We are everywhere, and that takes, I think, our culture and our films everywhere, and hence the awareness and the curiosity of even non-Indians as much about our films, and that is that's a good time to belong to. That's exciting.
Okay, tell me, how important are endorsements for you? You know, because in the past we've seen a few of your colleagues getting into the news for endorsing certain drink brands. When you endorse a product, do you keep in mind that so many other people will be wearing a particular thing or drinking something in particular, something that you endorse? Do you have that kind of responsibility in mind when you choose a product?
I have always. Initially, my very initial years, say as a model, because I was just a student modeling on weekends, I, would obviously just do it like an assignment for a lark. But once post Miss World, once I acquired the responsibility that went with that place that my fans, my well-wishers all over the world gave to me, and thereby you see the responsibility that goes with celebrity or a wider supportive audience, I became aware of everything I personally attach my name to, and hence yeah, I have always put thought into the brands I'm endorsing, and I've had very, very wonderful associations that I have been proud of and have enjoyed my time associating with so far.
Well, I think another reason why brands choose you is because your films do so well. Aishwarya, you have completely different films lined up, you know, something like Umrao Jaan, Dhoom 2, Jodha Akbar, you have The Last Legion.
Yes.
And when you're shooting for films like these back to back, and actors are always talking about, you know, living their roles, how do you set yourself into these role personalities? Is it difficult to do something like that?
I think this has been my career so far, actually, which has been now, it's 10 years in our films, and I have been blessed. I've been very fortunate to work with different directors, different sorts of films, different kind of characters. You know, when you start out, you say, I want to play different characters. To actually have the opportunity to do so has been very, very special and wonderful, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm glad, I consider myself blessed to have been able to belong to cinema without it necessarily being looked upon as just commercial, parallel, regional, historic, period, contemporary. To be able to just do it all without necessarily getting categorized is very, very special. And for this, I have to thank my filmmakers I've worked with, who had that faith in me, and mostly my audience for having appreciated it and thereby, allowed me the luxury of actually indulging in variety, because they have appreciated it. The filmmakers believed, okay, we can go ahead and make more such films with her, because there is an audience out there. If there is no audience, the filmmakers will cease to make these movies. The producers will cease to invest in these movies. So that's something I'm very, very thankful to my audience for. This year, particularly, is extremely exciting. And in fact, just the other day, I was talking to Mom. I was going through my photographs of the different characters because there was another TV show that needed pictures of the roles I'm doing this year. And they're really distinctly different, the movies that are coming out. Each character is distinctly different. And whether it be Provoked, whether it be Umrao Jan, Dhoom, Guru, I'm getting into Jodha, from Jodha Akbar. So they're definitely Last Legion, they're very, very different characters I'm playing in each one. That's very exciting to me personally as an actor. And in terms of your question about getting into the roles, actually right since around the time I was making Devdas, actually years before that, I aspired to work on one film at a time. Actually the time I joined the industry. But that wasn't the system. So obviously I had to get into the system and work in the manner that it did, because most of our male leads would work in that manner. They'd work in so many projects at a time that it was not possible to work on one film at a time. So at the time that I did Devdas, I slowed down. I've never done too many films a year, but I consciously had to start refusing a lot of movies I would have loved to belong to, but I had to start refusing them because again it would mean a very mixed up time schedule. And I broke it down to actually willing to work only on one film at a time, hopefully start to finish. Baad mein khair koi patchwork ho, sometimes there's a week or something that comes up, you kind of go back to that character, but the body of the film is finished start to finish. So this is the way I have been working now easily for the past 3 years, if not more, very, very consciously. And that's made work, the working experience very, very satisfying for the entire team. And I think that's now not just some of us as actors, but I think most of the system today is becoming like that. And it's a good feeling that finally, even if it meant initially some of us had to, consciously, conditionally work in this manner, the system at large today has become that way in our film industry. So that's a good thing.